Good morning, students. Today we will continue with the next topic, that is the production of biogas. Okay, that is production of biogas. And all of you know that those people who are staying in rural areas, they will be knowing that biogas can also be called as a gobar gas. Is it or not? Biogas can also be called as a gobar gas. And in the persons who are educated, they are not even calling it as biogas. They are calling it as your production of methane. In your syllabus, it is written as production of methane. This is known as, in your syllabus it is written as production of methane. It is given as production of methane. Production of methane is nothing but the production of biogas or gobar gas. Gobar gas means the name itself indicates that only cow dung or cattle dung is used. But in methane production or biogas production, we will be using all the biological compounds. That is the bio. Coming to the next one, see here. In this, biogas is a mixture of gases. What are the gases it is present? Methane, CO2, H2, nitrogen and oxygen. All these gases are mixed and they are present in the biogas. Now see here, CH3, that is methane. Methane is present, 50 to 60% of the biogas consists of methane. Now coming to the carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide, it has a 25 to 35%. Next, hydrogen 1 to 2%. Nitrogen 2 to 3%. Oxygen 0 to 0.1%. That means very least amount of oxygen is present because it is an anaerobic process. Now see here, methane, carbon dioxide, hydrogen, nitrogen and oxygen, all these gases are mixed, and that mixture of gases that are produced by anaerobic digestion of agricultural wastes is called biogas. Again I am repeating it. The production of a mixture of gases using, or the production of a mixture of gases by anaerobic fermentation or anaerobic digestion using agricultural waste is known as, or the production of a mixture of gases by agricultural digestion production of a mixture of gases from agricultural waste using anaerobic digestion is known as your biogas. Now this biogas, it consists of these gases. Previously in the olden days, in the villages, they used to mix water with cow dung, and that water with cow dung, that mixture is a liquidy-like mixture, and that is called as, that they used to call it as a slurry. Slurry means cow dung plus water. That is 1:1 ratio. 1:1 ratio. Both are combined with each other, and that is called as a slurry, and that slurry is used for the production of gobar gas. But nowadays we are using many things. Next, this slurry, what you will do is, here we will go for the structure. Here what you will be doing is, this is your bioreactor vessel, and this vessel is closed tightly. It consists of, see here, it consists of an inlet and an outlet. It consists of an inlet and an outlet. This inlet is connected to a tank, and this outlet is connected to another tank. And from here, there is one thing, and it is also connected to another tank. See, this is the structure of the biogas for the production of your biogas. Now, this structure which is nothing but a concrete structure, concrete tank, which is made up of what is concrete? Concrete means a mixture of cement, sand and water. That is called as concrete. So what you the concrete అంటే ఏంటి మన రూఫ్ వేసేటప్పుడు కలుపుతారు చూడండి ఆ మిక్స్చర్ దాన్ని కాంక్రీట్ అంటారు. ఇక్కడ ఏం చేస్తున్నామంటే ఇన్ దిస్ ఏ ట్యాంక్ ఈస్ బిల్ట్ విత్ cement, sand and bricks, cement and bricks along with steel, and that tank is built underneath the soil, that is below the soil it is present, and this is your above the soil structure. This is your above soil structure and this is the below soil structure, and this will be like this. Okay, this is soil surface, and this is there, and this will be used like this. Only the tank is built underneath the soil. Why it is built underneath the soil? Why? Because the soil acts as an insulating agent. It acts as an insulating agent not to produce shock to the environmental or not to produce shock to the human beings or animals. For that reason, or any organism, not to get shocked by the current, that is electricity that is produced in these vessels. For any other organism, they have built it in underneath the soil, below the soil, and this soil acts as an insulating agent. ఎట్లా అంటే మన కాపర్ వైర్ చుట్టూ రబ్బర్ ఉన్నట్టు, ఒక వైర్కి కాపర్ వైర్ చుట్టూ రబ్బర్ ఉన్నట్టు, లేదా అల్యూమినియం వైర్కి చుట్టూ ఒక ప్లాస్టిక్ రబ్బర్ కేసింగ్ ఉన్నట్టు, పైన కవర్ ఉన్నట్టు, దీనికి కూడా the soil acts as a insulating agent. Now, in this, what you will be doing is, this is known as, this vessel, concrete vessel is known as digester. This is known as digester. Now coming to this is known as a charge pit. This is known as a charge pit. In this charge pit, you will be adding all the things. What are the things? You can add powder, agricultural waste, next your kitchen waste, okay, that is it. Vegetable peels, everything, vegetable waste, everything you will be kitchen waste, and you will be adding your water, then you will be adding your calcium, potassium, phosphate, nitrates are added into this charge pit. All these are added into your charge pit. When they are added into your charge pit, that becomes your, this is known as a slurry. This is known as a slurry. That slurry consists of, slurry అంటేనే తెలుస్తుంది ఇప్పుడు దోసలకు పిండి కలిపి ఇట్లా అన్నాం అనుకోండి లూజ్గా ఉంటుంది, that is known as slurry. Here also, as we are mixing water, this entire thing will become liquefied, and that is known as slurry. Slurry is poured into charge pit, and through the charge pit, the slurry will enter into this digester. Once it enters into the digester, as it is closed tightly, it is an airtight digester where the biogas production is an anaerobic process. It is not at all an aerobic process, only it is an anaerobic process. So, when you are making it airtight, immediately in this, the temperature is maintained at, see here, 35 to 38 degrees centigrade, and the pH is neutral, that is 7, and you have to go for anaerobic digestion for 50 days. For anaerobic digestion, it will take 50 days. That means incubation period is 50 days. Now 50 days. Now this is maintained. That is 35, temperature should be 35 to 38 degrees centigrade. pH should be neutral, that is 7. And this is for anaerobic digestion, it will take 50 days. That means 50 days of anaerobic digestion. Now this is poured and everything will continue like this. And after 50 days, you will get some gas, and that gas is collected, and that gas is your carbon dioxide and methane gas, and along with that the fertilizer which is used up, all these things, see, all these waste materials that are used up, all of them, they will be released into this tank, and this tank, it consists of the waste material after production of methane gas. The methane gas will be released here. The methane gas is released here. It is known as air tank. And this air tank is used for two purposes, that is cooking and electrification. And now this is known as a fertilizer tank, or this can be called as a sludge tank. Okay? This can be called as a sludge tank. That means in this, the used up slurry which is used up and methane gas is removed, and that slurry which is a waste material after production of methane gas, that will be released into this tank, and that material is now it is known as a sludge. That means it is known as sludge, and it is a sludge tank, and this is connected to the fields as fertilizer. This is known as a biofertilizer, and it will be used in the fields for the growth of the plants. It is acting as a fertilizer to give strength to the plants. This is your biogas plant. Now, in the digester, what is happening throughout these 50 days, we'll see. Okay? Now, let us see what is happening during anaerobic digestion. This anaerobic digestion, it is of, see here, it is of three types. First, it takes place by three methods. You can call it as 3 steps. By 3 steps, methane is produced. We'll rub it off. And first one is solubilizing or hydrolyzing. Second one is your acidification, and third one is your methanogenesis. Acidogenesis, methanogenesis. First one is solubilization, or this can also be called as a hydrolysis. Hydrolysis. Now here what happens is, in the first step, the microorganisms are grown. See here. In the first step, the microorganisms are grown. These microorganisms, when they are added, immediately what happens is, see here, these agricultural waste or kitchen waste that consists of cellulose, lignin, lignocellulose, next proteins, lipids. All these things are present in the agricultural waste. Cellulose is the cell wall component of the plant cells. Lignin also is a cell wall component. Lignocelluloses both are present in the paper pulp, that is wood pulp. Next, the cells consist of proteins and lipids. All these are the complex substances. And these complex substances, they are converted into simple substances like sugars, amino acids, sugars and fatty acids. See here, these are the things, that is, these complex substances are converted into simple substances like amino acids, sugars and fatty acids by acidogenic bacteria. By acidogenic, not acidogenic bacteria. When these bacteria are used, these acidogenic bacteria, they are facultative anaerobes. What is the meaning of facultative anaerobe? Facultative anaerobes means these are the anaerobes means these are the organisms that grow in the absence of oxygen. But facultative anaerobes means these are the organisms. If a small amount, a little amount of or a small amount of oxygen is present, these organisms can grow. If oxygen is absent also they can grow. That means in the presence of very less amount or meager amount of oxygen, they can grow. In the absence of oxygen, anyway they are anaerobes, they can grow. But in the presence of oxygen also they can grow. But strict anaerobes, or you can call them as oligotrophic anaerobes. And these oligotrophic, that is the facultative and obligate. The obligate anaerobes are the organisms, they can grow only in the absence of oxygen. If a small amount of oxygen has entered into the culture medium, immediately the growth of the anaerobic bacteria will be stopped. They are called obligate anaerobes or strict anaerobes. But facultative anaerobes means goda meeda tililaga. If oxygen is available, they can grow. If oxygen is absent, also they can grow. Non-available also. That means in both the conditions they can grow, but the requirement of oxygen is very less. Only small amount of oxygen. Why? Because I told you that oxygen concentration is 0 to 0.1%. So in this meager concentration of oxygen also they can grow. But if oxygen is absent also they can grow. So these complex substances are converted into simple substances by means of they are converted, that is the complex substances are converted into simple substances by facultative anaerobes. The example is Yashodhara bacteria. This is the first step that is taking place in the digester, that is concrete tank. దాని కింద ఉన్న భూమి లోపల ఉన్న కాంక్రీట్ ట్యాంక్ లో ఫస్ట్ స్టెప్ జరుగుతుంది. సెకండ్ స్టెప్ ఇస్ ఎసిడోజెనసిస్. Now what happens? It is taking place in two steps, two methods. One is your amino acids plus sugars. These amino acids and sugars, they are converted into organic acids, alcohol, ketones. It is converted, amino acids and sugars, they are converted into organic acids, alcohols and ketones by means of acidogenic bacteria, that is Hydrogenomonas. By an acidogenic bacteria called Hydrogenomonas bacteria that is present in the biogas plant, that converts the amino acids and sugars, simple amino acids and sugars into organic acids, alcohols and ketones. Okay? Now this is first method. Coming to the second method, it is fatty acids. See, amino acids and sugars are converted like this, and fatty acids that are solubilized during the first step, that is solubilization. These fatty acids are converted into your acetate and alcohol. They are converted into acetate and alcohol by Centrosomonas bacteria. They are converted into acetate and alcohol by Centrosomonas bacteria, and they are also nothing but the acidogenic bacteria. That means both Hydrogenomonas and Centrosomonas, these two bacteria are acidophilic or acidogenic bacteria. They are producing organic acid and acetic acid. That is acetate, you can call it as acetic acid. Okay? This is your acetic acid is produced, here organic acid is produced. Both the acids are produced, so acid production is taking place. So it is known as acidogenesis. Acido means acid, genesis means production. Organogenesis, production of organs. Organs are, genesis means production, organo means organs. In tissue plant biotechnology, you have studied it. Now, acidogenesis means production of acids is known as acidogenesis. Genesis means production, acid, acido means acid. Now, the acids are produced. This is your second step, that is acidogenesis. Coming to the third step is the most important step of methanogenesis. What is the meaning of methanogenesis? The genesis means production, methano means methane, that is production of methane is called as methanogenesis. This is the final step or the ending step of your production of biogas. Now, in this methanogenesis step, what happens is in this methanogenic bacteria participate. See, in this methanogenic bacteria will participate in this methanogenesis. What happens in methanogenesis means, in this methanogenesis, here the acetones, carbon dioxide and hydrogen. See here, in both the ways, organic acid means acetic acid. Here, the acids that is organic acids, carbon dioxide and hydrogen, which are present in the digester. Along with this, carbon dioxide is also produced in large amounts, that is 25 to 35%. So, acids, carbon dioxide and water, they are converted into methane. And they are converted into methane by two methods. They are, that is estotropic and hydrogenotropic. Let us see hydrogenotropic. See, hydrogenotropic, that is hydrogen is used. Here what happens is, the carbon monoxide and water that are present, they will convert into CO2 plus H2, and CO2 plus H2, they will give rise to CH3 plus H2. See here, CH3 plus H2O are produced. CH4 and 2H2O water are produced. That means in hydrogenotropic method, methanogenesis, the carbon monoxide that is produced in the digester combines with the water that is present in the digester, and it is converted into carbon dioxide and hydrogen. This carbon dioxide and hydrogen will mix and they will react with each other to produce methane and water. This is methane production is observed. This is known as hydrogenotropic method. And coming to the acetotropic method. What is acetotropic method? In this, you are taking acetic acid. That is, acetate is taken, and this acetic acid is converted into methane, CH4, plus it is converted into CH4 and CO2. That is, acetic acid is converted into CH4 and CO2. Here, the acetohydrogenomonas organism participates. Here, your syntrosomonas, that is, your acetate bacteria will be used. That means, in hydrogenotropic method, methane is produced from carbon monoxide and water in the present in the digester, and in acetotropic method, in this acetotropic method, it will be produced, the methane is produced from organic acid, that is acetic acid or acetate. Acetate is converted to methane and carbon dioxide. Whatever method it may be, the methanogenic bacteria participate, and methanogenic bacteria will convert the carbon monoxide and water to methane, and acetic acid or acetate organic acid to methane. This is known as your methanogenesis. Okay? Now, this methanogenesis, which is the production of biogas, is completed. Once the biogas production is completed, let us go for the applications of biogas. What are the applications of biogas? Biogas is used, see here, biogas is used in, I told you that it is, the sludge is collected in a sludge tank. First let us start with that. The sludge is connected in a sludge tank. What is sludge tank? Which carries the waste material. As usual, it is waste only. Already it is waste material, but from that waste material we have extracted methane, and we have removed the pulp, and that pulp is thrown away, and that is sent to another tank that is called as a sludge and sludge tank. As it carries the sludge, it is known as sludge tank. This sludge is used in your maintenance of, that is, this sludge is used in as a fertilizer for improving your productivity or yield of your crop. That is the first application. That is, it is used as a fertilizer. Second one is, this is used as a fish feed, not only as a fertilizer in the crop, agricultural crops, it is also used as a fish feed. Third one is the methane gas that is produced. Once methane gas is produced, this methane gas is used for electrification. Electrification of the household electrification. See here, in the household we will be going for electrification. అంటే ఏంటి, మనకి స్విచ్లు అవన్నీ వేసుకోవడానికి కరెంట్ ఖర్చు అయ్యింది, కరెంట్ మీటర్ ఛార్జ్ ఇంత, ప్రతి నెల ఎలక్ట్రిక్ బిల్ కట్టడం, ఇదంతా ఏమీ లేదు. ఊళ్ళో పల్లెటూళ్ళలో ది ఎలక్ట్రిఫికేషన్ ఆఫ్ ది హౌసెస్ ఇస్ డన్ బేస్డ్ ఆన్ దిస్ బయోగ్యాస్ ప్లాంట్. ఈ బయోగ్యాస్ ప్లాంట్స్ ఎస్పెషల్లీ మనం చాలా బయోగ్యాస్ ప్లాంట్స్ రాజస్థాన్లో చూస్తాం. రాజస్థాన్లో అన్ని బయోగ్యాస్ ప్లాంట్సే ఉంటాయి. సో ఎలక్ట్రిఫికేషన్, హౌస్ హోల్డ్ ఎలక్ట్రిఫికేషన్ electrification is done. Second one, the electrification is done. This methane gas is supplied to industries for the manufacturing purpose. It is used as an industrial electricity. Not only that, this methane gas is used for the electrification of the entire village on the streets. The street lights will be electrified with the help of methane gas in villages. Next thing, this methane gas that is produced is used in household cooking, just like your LPG gas, that is HP, Bharat gas, Indian gas, like that. They are not going to purchase these cylinders. Simply, their biogas, from that biogas plants, the tube pipeline will be connected to their household kitchen stove, and regularly they will be getting the power, so that there is no need of purchasing the gas also. There is no need of paying the current bill or gas bill. Both cylinders also, there is no need of purchasing the gas cylinders. Simply, they will be getting that current. That gas, methane gas, there is no need of purchasing the gas, cooking gas cylinders, LPG cylinders. So simply you can switch on it and use your gas, use for cooking. That means this gas is used for cooking. Next thing, this gas which is produced, it is used for electrification of the household, electrification of the village, electrification of the industries, and it is also used, the gas is used for cooking. Next thing, when everything is done, the kitchen waste, vegetable waste, agricultural waste, everything is dumped into this or used in, is released into the, added to the charge pit, so that it will be used in the biogas production in the digester, anaerobic digester. So the environment will be clean. That means the environment of the village will be pollution free. Is it or not? Next thing, in the village sanitation is done. That means entire village will be clean. It is a clean village. Why? Because all the dust particles, all the things which are going to increase the microbial concentration, all of them you are collecting and adding to your charge pit, that is used in that will enter into the anaerobic digester, and methane gas is produced, along with that sludge is produced. That means slurry will be converted into methane gas and sludge. So the environment will be pollution free. Next, pollution free environment. Next, sanitation in the entire area of the village will be done with the help of this biogas plant. Is it or not? So with this, the next thing is the health of the public in that particular village where biogas plant is planted. Then these biogas plants, they will maintain the health of the individual. Why it maintains the health of the individual? Why? Because here for cooking you are not using LPG gas, you are not using wood, so that the ladies who are cooking, they won't be getting smoke, so that they are very active and their health is okay. That means it helps in the health, maintenance of health. So biogas plant or methane production also helps in pollution free environment, sanitation of the village, health of the public there who are staying in that particular village, electrification of the streets, electrification of the industries, cooking gas, as well as in fertilizer, as a fertilizer, biofertilizer in the fields. Not only that, it is used as a fish feed. So all these are the applications of your methane production or biogas production or gobar gas production. Previously we used to call it as gobar gas, but as we are mixing all the agricultural waste and vegetable kitchen waste, we should not call it as gobar gas. Instead we have to call it as biogas. So in your syllabus, 14 productions are there, and with today's class we have completed all the 14 productions, and in the next class we will look into another topic. Okay, thank you students. Monday we will meet again.